Hello, welcome back to another session at Dhaksh Tutorials. The previous session we have seen what is a CS cascading style sheet, that is CSS, and its types. Two types we have seen, inline and internal. Now coming to the external style sheet. External style sheet means what? We can write a complete CSS in one particular file and save it with .css extension and import that file in whichever HTML form you would like. Okay, so how to import it? To import, change the color so it will be easy. Okay, to import we have a link tag. So link relation rel is equal to relation style sheet. Okay, and type of that particular style sheet, it is written in text. If you remember, even for JavaScript we have written like this: type equal to text on JavaScript means what? It's a text file of type extension dot JavaScript. Here text and dot extension as CSS. And then H reference. In anchor tag we also seen the H reference means what? The link hyperlink reference of the file which you want to import here. So suppose I say here as just it's a style sheet, so I write style HTML. Okay, dot css, this is very essential. Dot css is the extension. So I'll copy this because I want to save this file same as it's. Okay, I've already saved it. So what we have to do, we have to just write down the tag, which tag you want to do it. For h1, suppose h1 equal to color red. Okay, so this is what I have written in h1. Also we'll write one more tag. Why always one color? Will go for body also, and we will say body background color. Okay, so body background. See, as it's CSS file, you will get all predefined things. So background color, what will be giving it as red h1 we have given, right? So background will give some yellow. Okay. So I save this file, and now I will import this in success first, and also I'll import in another file also. So link, what is that? Relation equal to style sheet, and then type equal to text or CSS, and H reference equal to, I've already copied there, so just paste it here. So nothing much to do. Okay, so I'll open my, okay, I have to open here. Where is my success? Here. See your success. Previous success is this. If I reload it again, even this will get changed, right? So now my success, what did it happen? Even though I did not write, did I write in the file? No, I did not write in this file any style. I have just imported this style. So we'll see. I will just copy this external link. Even I'll paste it in welcome HTML also. Close. Okay, and yes, here I will remove this internal and I will paste it. Okay, so now let's check. Here I have given h1 style color equal to blue for login. So what will happen here? So open here thing, welcome. This is what previous thing. So next I will refresh it here. See what happened? First, it will be seeing your style external style sheet. What is this style? Style html.css. So you open here and see what happened. H1 color equal to red. So H1 color has been become red and background to yellow. But as soon as it will see your thing for login success style color equal to blue. So what happened? That red was again changed to blue color. So this is what external style sheet. Understood? So what is what is the lifetime of this external style sheet? The lifetime of this will be for all the style sheets. So here this will remain for all HTML files, all HTML. There is no end of this actually, so you can write however you would like. So now we will see what to do with these things, this CSS only, these are the types we have seen, but apart from these types there are many things we have to learn. So what is that? If you want, we have seen now, for whatever the tag you want to write, for whatever the tag, suppose you want to change for body, you just open body tag and you just write down this. But there are few things called id selector. id selector. Okay, here selector is nothing but your tag name, whatever the name means. See, this is the syntax of your CSS, that is selector, open and close braces. In this, you write property colon value semicolon. Again, another property to value to some other value. Okay, so this is what called as selector. Means suppose you have given here h1 and now h1 is the selector and property is color, value is red. Okay, in that way you will be moving on. So now we do have some selectors like id selector. Okay, id selector and class selector. These two are a bit important and bit very useful for us. Apart from that, class and all. So first, before going to id class selector, we'll see id selector. What is that id selector mean? So open your html page. We will see for validation part because you have many things here inside. So we will see here itself. If you remember here, okay, we did not write. For every tag we write id, right? So id you write here as, it is for user id. Okay, un id. So I have written here as un id. So what does this un id should do now? Okay, this is for td. Okay, this thing we'll see later because it is in td and we have to give stylings for td after this. So we'll not see here, we'll see in this only, and that is a bit complicated, we'll see later on that. Okay, so now here what I will be doing, I will change this. Okay, or else I'll take a new file, control s. Okay, it is saved. How to make this save as in html only. I will be giving css.html. Okay, fine. So now html, I'll just copy and paste this part. I don't want to write again and again the same thing. So just delete it. And here in h1, I'll be writing name. Okay, next. Okay, I'll copy paste it. No need, no need. We'll write. Input type equal to text. I will give you id as, yeah, username, and then required on all. We'll see later. Okay, then break. We'll not write in this. We'll write p because h1 has also some things. So I will write like this. Okay. Let's check the output of this first. What is it? CSS HTML. Okay, I got something like this. So let's see. So now here I will give for this p as some id, that is un. Okay. So now for this particular p, and again I will write something in p. I don't want to write it all these things, username and all. I'll just write some text. Okay. Break. And here in p I'll write This is an example of id selector. Right. Okay. So now I will be giving some style for this. I will be giving it as internal style sheet. So I will write here inside. So normally I would like to write for P some color equal to red and font size. So there is one attribute called font size. So this font size I'll try to give it as 20 pixel. Okay. And now I will take this hash un and give a color as blue. Okay. So now just refresh it. See what happened? I don't want this to here. So it will be easy. See, ID name. So this name un. So it will check this un hash un means whenever it see the value hash, that means it is for particular ID. Okay. So this un is now changed to color blue, and the normal p red, it is into red, and font size also into some pixels. Okay. So I don't want to change the, and see the comment. If I want to comment this, you have to write it in like this. Okay. So now that will not be applicable. And one more thing, what is the use of this id? Then directly I can write, no, if you think like that, just write another statement in h1. Why always h1 will write in h2? Okay. What will we say? How are you? No. Use of id selector. Okay. And now copy and paste this. Okay. Let's check what happened. See what happened. Now everything, see, your p tag is in blue and you did not assign anything for your this h2. So if that was changed to, and even the font size got changed because I have commented in I have commented that, so your font size got again decreased, right? So here, so now what is the use of id? Id is nothing but, so once you write id and its style, and you can use that id for any particular tag, so that is what id is meant for. But one thing is that id is only is into your internal style sheets, and it is not very always used, because ids we use for another purpose, like to get value, get element from id document, or get element from id, so that your id is not that efficient, whereas we'll be going for class. So what is meant by class selector? Means, so same thing here, you give id and you give as class equal to, so we should not write both in the same way, means again if there will be a complication. So I write for p as class equal to uh, class example. I just write class. No, I don't want to write like this. uh, Example class. Okay. So just copy this and just write it here with dot class name, and then write down here. What is that you would like to give? I will say border. There is another property called border. Border you have to always write like this. If you write border 2 pixel, let's see what happens now. And that is given for class P. That is, this is an ID selector. So just go and refresh it. you're not getting anything because 1 second, 2 pixel solid, and you should give the color. What color I would like to give for border? Tomato. There's one more thing called tomato. So let's check. See now. Didn't I get anything? If you only write 2 pixel, you will not get anything because border should have what kind of color, what kind of line it is. There is also another line, another thing called dotted line and all. I will show you now. So now what happened actually? Same thing if I write copy and I write it here. Okay. And then refresh. See, you no need to write again and again. You write once a particular class and you can use it anywhere. Then you would be asking me what is the use of difference between id and class, because id also does the same thing, class also doing the same thing, right? So the thing is that if you want this, you can write like this. How you can also select that tag and you can make it as a color. So how to do that? I will be writing now here. This is also class, even this is also class, but I write here p dot x class and normal dot x class. Okay, so for normal x class, I will be making the thing like font color. I don't write to font color, I just write color and color to purple. Okay, now let's check what happens. Just refresh it. See what happened now? Here p dot class means this x class is only whatever the style you write here, means border 2 pixels solid tomato is only applied to that particular p tag. Mm. Okay, so what happened? Whatever the dot class file you have written, even though I have X class another thing, it is not applying here because it is not related to, p tag is only there. So this style is only applied for the p tag. And here I did not write anything, so this will be applied for the any other tag. Suppose I will be writing here another h3. Copy. So now this particular X class, this purple color should also be there for my H3. I will write here H3 for because they will not understand. No? So command just refresh it. See, now whatever this id2 h2 has, the same thing has applied for this id3 or h3 also. Means that dot class file, you can use that dot class file for every tag. So whatever the tag you would like to apply that. So if I say now, this is what one thing. So now you understood what is difference between hash id and class selectors. Id selectors can be only given for that particular id and that id cannot be replaced with any other thing. So much effective way of this using is with the class selectors, because class selectors you can use that class extension to any particular tag and you can again change the required formats for p tag, h1, h2 or td or whatever the tags were present at that particular instance of your file. Understood? So now we'll see what is meant by grouping tags, grouping selectors, not tags, sorry, grouping selectors. Okay, means suppose I have h1 tag and h2 and p tags, all of the same style I am using, that is some text align or anything. So I will be writing now here. I'll remove all these things. Okay, and even these also IDs, all these things I'll remove. delete. Okay, so now what I will be doing, now suppose I want all the text, everything should be like h1 text align center. Okay, copy h2 and p. Okay, so now let's check what will happen for this CSS. Everything got changed. H1, H2, but H3 is again remaining. Even we'll write for H3 also. So to write the same property and same value for all these things, it's a little complicated and it's like a tedious. No, it doesn't look good. So what you can do, you can separate that by comma. That H3 and P also, and remove all these things here and just save and come over and just refresh. So what happened now? The style is applied to all tags. So this is what grouping means. So the grouping of tags is nothing to do with the same properties you want to apply for different tags. So it's no need to write again and again. You can directly combine those all tags into one particular selector by using a comma. So you can group all the tags required and you can write the same property there. Okay, so now you understood what is meant by id selector, what is meant by class selector and their usage, and as well as your grouping selectors. Okay, so in this way you can just write down many things like now font size also to 35 pixel, and this should be separated with hyphen, and remember in properties there will be no spaces entertained, only the hyphen, but you remember there should be no spaces given. And color as dodger blue. Save and refresh it. See, finished. Everything got familiar or understood, right? So id selector, class selector, grouping selectors, and what is meant by external sheet, all these things we have seen, and we will be seeing the other things like what are the properties, like how do you change the border, how do you change the dotted line, everything, the all other attribute properties. I'll come within the and with another tutorial. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.